Hi Cancer. I'm going to do a self-love spread. These are general readings. If this message doesn't resonate, I would like to do these weekly, so try to check out next week's. If you would like to receive a free self-love reading from me, my email address is in the box below. Now again, these are self-love readings. They are made for the person watching to highlight areas where we can show ourselves more love. So it might not be good for the cross-watcher. Okay, let's get started. I shuffled a little bit before, so I'm just going to do it like once or twice more. I'm going to do a 6-card spread, and then the 7th card will be your spirit message. I'm going to use the moon, or the sun and moon tarot for the reading, and then to clarify, I'm going to use the shamanic healing oracle cards. If you haven't seen them, they're all beautiful. I'll show you as I go, and I'll write them down in the box too. Okay, are you ready? It's me. Okay, let's go. One more time. Might as well. Why not? Doesn't hurt. There, nice. Okay, so the first card is going to show us how you feel about yourself. The second card is going to be what needs you might not be prioritizing. In self-love, putting yourself not first, but definitely making yourself a priority is like self-love. It's important. And then number 3 is going to be areas where you might not be giving your all, where you might not feel you're doing your best. Not outside of yourself, maybe outside of yourself, mostly just inside, because the self-love part, right? 4 is going to be ways that you can allow yourself to be more authentic. We cannot show ourselves love by hiding aspects of ourselves that make us who we are. We're all multifaceted. I'm not saying that you should tell somebody every single thing about you, but when we want to feel more love for ourselves, we have to accept ourselves the way we are, and that encourages us to be more authentic. Hopefully I didn't make that sound awful. I didn't mean to. Self-love. 5 is just going to be the standard, something you need to let go of. 6 is something you need to acknowledge. Maybe that the feelings that you're feeling are coming from someplace that, while your feelings are valid, it might not be true. That's always something we have to deal with. And then our 7th card is going to be messages from the spirit. Okay? So let's get started. Number 1, how you're feeling about yourself. Ooh, oh, Cancer. Well, Cancer, you have the 9 of Swords. It's not terrible. We all suffer anxiety. We all have negative thoughts, and we participate in self-doubt. It happens all the time, right? But at the top it says cruelty. Do you feel like the situation you're in is cruel? Do you feel like you're being cruel to yourself, others are being cruel to you? Whatever the situation, Cancer, let me tell you, I have known quite a few Cancers in my life, and if there's anybody who can handle lots of feelings and emotions, it's you and me, because I'm a Pisces. So hey, we're gonna continue, and I'm sure things will get better, because that's the whole point of the read. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What needs you might not be prioritizing right now? What parts of yourself you might be putting on the back burner? And here we have the Queen of Swords. Now, I think the Queen of Swords is going really well with this 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is about that anxiety, like sleepless nights, staying up, being in your head, right? And the Queen of Swords is I don't want to call her a mediator, but she could be like the judge, not the judgment. But she holds her sword aloft, you see? And those butterflies are dancing all around her sword. And it's supposed to indicate this clarity that comes from patience and listening. It's supposed to indicate that while her sword is up, she is hearing you out. But when the sword comes down, it's going to be for the benefit of all. It's not just for your benefit. It's not just for your friend or your dog or your kids. It's what's best for all. She comes with fairness. So if right now you're feeling in a cruel environment, or that your mind is being cruel to you, something you should prioritize is giving yourself that fairness. Hearing out whatever the argument is, hearing out whatever's coming towards you, suspending judgment until you've gotten all of that information, and then coming up with a fair judgment, a fair decision. And this decision could be about anything. I don't know you personally. But ways you can, areas where you might not feel like you're giving yourself the most, the best of what you can give to yourself, we have the Magician. And Cancer, this just might indicate that you don't feel like you're as powerful as you are. But here we see the shaman has brought his drum and has drummed it and has used his drum to tap into the rhythm of the universe. That's how powerful he is. This isn't just cups and pentacles. This is literally him rewriting the stars. He has everything that he needs. And look, a little monkey companion. How cute is that? Yeah, super cute. The monkey signifies wisdom. And the fire is like energy and life. And the stars behind him and that symbol that we saw is to represent like all of the elements coming together, right? Because he does have everything that he needs. In his environment, while it might be cruel, everything he needs to succeed has been given to him from inside. It's his inside power that allows him to control the elements. It's not the elements saying, hey, Mr. Shaman, do you want to like rearrange those stars? No. He said, I'm going to beat this drum and I'm going to change things how I want it to be. So maybe areas where you need to focus more, or where you feel like you're not giving yourself 100%, is that belief in your own ability to change things how you want them. Ways that you can allow yourself to be more authentic, showing up as your true self. Ooh, girl, you got this Queen of Wands. Look at her. Ooh, she a baddie. I like her. She's brandishing that flame, but she isn't using it to chase off the cheetah. Cats are symbolic of intuition and our connection to the spiritual world. And she looks spiritual. She looks like a bunch of stuff. She's mighty, right? Mighty. Just letting it all hang out. She's anyway, she's Cancer. He's a Cancer. Tarot is not gender oriented, it's just energy. And this is the energy of a baddie. So maybe what you need to do is come out of this belief that your environment is cruel, or whatever you're going through is cruel, and accept, Cancer, that you're a baddie and that you can handle, because you have that power that comes from inside. And all this Queen of Wands needs is a drum, because she could beat anything. She could beat the environment. She could beat that cheetah. She could beat me. I'd let her, because she a baddie. And what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Nothing. So maybe parts of yourself that need to be exposed, maybe parts of yourself you need to let out more, is that you are a baddie, that you can own this, that whatever is happening to you, you're going to overcome. Something to let go of, the Three of Wands. Ooh, virtue. maybe this Queen of Wands, because you know she about sexy energy. She may be a baddie, but maybe something she needs to let go of is a little bit of this virtue. Ooh. A little bit of her feelings of what right and wrong are. Maybe there is something that you need to give a second chance, or another try, or maybe just a first try. Virtues are really good. Virtues like wisdom and, what's that one where you're not like greedy? And kindness. And patience, ooh, patience is a virtue, but I haven't seen that yet. So it's entirely possible, again, with this Magician, that what you're going through right now, Cancer, is something that you can take care of on your own. This doesn't seem to me to indicate that the divine is somehow stopping you. Maybe this is your own sense of responsibility. I know some people who could just be so responsible, just to the point where it's like eating them up. But that's part of their character. That's part of their virtue, this hardworking idea of who they're supposed to be. And right now I'm seeing somebody who needs to lose a little bit of that and get some of this baddie energy to get out of this cruelty, this mindset that just, gosh, things are not good, you know? Because what you need to acknowledge is the universe. I often think of the universe, particularly for this deck, this universe does represent the world. And in traditional tarot, the world is a portal. In this deck, she has all the things that she needs. She has fire. Oh, where is it? And she has water. And she has the snake. And there's the earth down in here. She has everything that she needs to move through this transition, just like the magician. So again, I feel Cancer, and I don't want to say like, oh, you're making it up in your head, but like sometimes, and I know this for a fact, your brain can just be cruel. It can tell you all of these things. And maybe you get up at like 4 or 3 in the morning and you're just like, why can my brain not shut up? It's because we aren't understanding our own power. That just hit home. Like I'm taking my own advice right now. Okay, I have bad dreams sometimes. And I think that maybe too, I could accept more of my baddiness. I'm a baddie. What? I can do it. What? Yeah, but this is for you. So something you need to acknowledge is that change is always coming. This idea about the portal, right? Moving from one timeline into another. We in the West tend to think of time as a straight line, like you're born and then you die, but that's not always the case. If you were watching tarot, it's probably because you believe in a soul or in a spirit. We are not our bodies, we are what exists within, and what exists within when our bodies die continues on. It's a cycle, it's new energy. So moving away from this cruelty, accepting your power, allowing yourself to like really give yourself power, and then embracing this portal, this change, okay? All of these are great tips for self-love. All of them, pick them. They're just amazing, just keep going. And then we have your message from Spirit. Oh my God, Cancer, you can't make this up. So we have the Magician, and we have the Portal, and we have Queen of Wands, who's like really feisty. And she got abs. Like, I already got abs. She real nice. I like her a lot. But for message from Spirit is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck is like healthy hoarding. It's like healthy non-movement. It's like good for you to like save and not move right now. But in this deck, it says power. Look at him. He's surrounded by his 4 castles. He's created his whole world. He has everything that he needs. Just like you. You can change anything you don't like about yourself. Anything. The way that you feel. Are you up at night? Why are you up at night? Are you having bad dreams? What are your dreams about? What can we do to fix the situation? We all have that power. And Spirit wants you to know that this is the time to embrace yours, Cancer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clarify. And I'm going to use the Shamanic healing because they're gorgeous. I don't like to shuffle them because I just got them. And they're so pretty. I don't want to bend them or change them in any way or ruin them. They have this gorgeous gold lining. All right, so for the way you feel about yourself right now, this cruelty that you seem to be going through is just clarified more with this struggle card. I have a whole spiel about the salmon and how, like, the salmon moves upstream, and at the end, they all die after they spawn, or they get eaten by bears, or people poach them, or whatever. But there's more to the rest of that story. Sorry about that. There's more to that story. There is, I think I said it again here, I'm not sure. Disney Plus has a new Earth documentary. I think it's called This Strange Rock, and it's hosted by Will Smith. If you haven't seen it, totally check it out. It's really good. You get to see him all the time. It's like nice. Anyway, but at the end of that cycle for the salmon actually produces tons of nutrients for the environment, for the bears. I mean, it's basically bears that allow, or it's basically salmon that allow bears to hibernate over the winter. They eat so many of them, and they get so fat that they can just sleep. And then, of course, there's the mucus plug and stuff. Anyway, but the point is that even if the struggle seems futile, even if it doesn't get you where you need to go, you could possibly potentially be helping others. Like, the whole environment depends on the salmon run. It's very interesting. Watch the documentary. And then let's see. So this cruelty that you're going through, this state, is going to be a struggle. But it's a struggle into balance. There we see the movement into balance. I don't know if you can read the words, but the picture is of a clear night into a rainy night, and this symbolizes that transition. And again, this is kind of like the same idea with the salmon, and then how it like produces all that nutrients for the environment. We have good days and we have bad days, and we characterize rainy days as bad days, but we need rain. I'm from a very wet place originally, sort of, mostly. Anyway, I just moved from Hawaii, and Hawaii is gorgeous. It's lush, it's green, and everybody loves it. It's great. People come from all over the world to see it. But then they get very upset when they paid hundreds of dollars a night for a hotel room and it rains and they're stuck in the room. Well, how do you think Hawaii gets so nice? Because of the rain. It takes a little bad to make the good. Or just our understanding of what bad and good is needs to be transitioned. But while we're in this particular phase, you have to take the bad and the good. Duality. It's literally what the universe is based on. Light and dark. Good and bad. Things like that. What you might need to prioritize more, we said, or ways you might need to give more to yourself, was that fair energy, that making a decision and being balanced. So if you are up at night and you are having bad dreams, which is what the Nine of Swords is about, or the Nine of Swords, it could be because there's something you have to decide, or a decision you have to make for yourself, or a change you have to make for yourself. And hearing out that story, or hearing out the important details, or just coming to a fair and balanced decision in your own mind, right, could help you out of this stage. Stripping illusions. Maybe whatever's cruel, like I said, I don't want to make it sound like you're making this problem up in your head, but maybe it's more in your head than anywhere else, you know? Sometimes we can lie to ourselves because our feelings aren't always what's true, right? Like if you walk into a room and nobody's talking, and so you feel like, oh, were they just talking about me? That's a feeling that could not be what just happened. Maybe they just had a fight. Maybe they were just kissing. Like, we never know, right? There could be all kinds of energy for all kinds of reasons. So stripping those illusions could definitely help you get out of that cruelty, that headspace, because in the end, it's all good. Cycles, the conservation of energy. Nothing is created or destroyed. Everything just has to reinvent itself, right? Okay. And then areas where you might not feel like you're giving yourself full 100%, full effort. And we said that was that magician, that accepting your inner power, right? The accepting that you have that drama and you can really change the way things are. You really can. I used to have bad dreams about an ex that I used to date. It wasn't a good relationship, and in my dreams, he would literally turn into a demon, and then he would chase me. And I just had to tell him once. I just had to tell him in my dream, hey, look, I don't like when you come to visit me. Stop coming to visit me. And then I didn't dream about him anymore. And that took me a long time to figure out. But when I did, I felt so powerful. And that was all in my head, all of it. I didn't have to see him. I barely even ever spoke to him after that. Ooh. Maybe getting into this power that you're feeling also requires you to tap into that sexual energy. Look at this stallion. Or I think that's a cat noise. Anyway, he is someone who knows what he wants. He knows what he wants. He's going to go get it. And a magician would be kind of the same way. Or this fair and balanced queen of swords. When she makes her decision, there's not a lot that's going to stop her from going to get it. Oh. But maybe you feel like there's something in the way. There's this little ant, and he's the leaf cutter ant, and he is working to take his little leaf home. He's working so hard, but that leaf is kind of big, and ants are extremely strong, so this is not a great depiction. But it says burden, right? So there's something that he has to get done. There's a task, or maybe there's a feeling that he has because he's up late at night having bad dreams, or he's in his head about stuff, and he just feels burdened. But what he has to realize is he's a magician too. If he had a little ant drum, he could just bang it, change the universe. Good thing ants don't have drums, right? Because then, like, this could be Ant World. You never know. Planet of the Ants. Okay. And then we said that ways that you can allow yourself to be more authentic, right? We said it was that Queen of Wands, that sexy Queen of Wands, like feeling like a baddie. Feeling like a baddie. What is that? I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. You know? Whatever. Feeling more like a baddie. So you have all this cruelty. You want to make a decision that's fair and balanced. You have all this power. But maybe what you need from inside is that passion, that baddie energy that you can make these decisions. You have this power. I will use it. I am woman. Hear me roar. Or man. You could be a man. Men yell all the time. This one says divine timing. So nobody really wants to see this card ever. No one ever really wants to see this one or Temperance. I think this is the least that we like. But this tells me that transition to feeling more like a baddie is coming for you. It is. It's coming in divine timing. When you need it the most, you will discover that you have this inner power. And you'll put it to use. Whatever's best for you. Whatever serves you most. Whatever serves most. Because you got the Queen of Swords. So it's not just about making yourself happy. It's about really a fair and balanced decision for all, right? Yep. That transformation's coming. Divine timing and transformation. You're going to go from this, like, little gross caterpillar guy to that sexy baddie. Look at her. We'll look at her again. Because who doesn't want to look at her? Look at her. Oh, yeah. That's what you're turning into. Okay? We said that maybe something that has to go, something you have to let go of to reach this baddiehood and this decision is some form of virtue. Virtues are all kinds of things, really just things that we hold to be higher of a standard. So kindness is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Hard work is a virtue. Like I said, what's that one where you're not greedy? Poverty? No, that's not it. Filial piety, that's a virtue. I don't know if you know that one, but that's like just basically taking care of your parents. Is it piety? It doesn't matter. The word that means you're not greedy, those are all virtues. So maybe there is one of those that you need to let go of. Like maybe you're kind of a workaholic and you need to let go of that sense of responsibility to whatever it is. Because if you are really stuck in your head about a job or about a relationship or about things like that, it could create that cruel situation or that cruel scenarios in your brain. It happens to me all the time. And letting go of that need or whatever it is that is driving you is probably what's going to help this divine timing or this transformation. You know, maybe that even could come in divine timing. And then something to acknowledge, we said, was the universe, right? Your ability to walk through this portal, to move forward. Oh, wait, the virtues. Sidetracked by myself. Okay. To clarify. Yeah, so for the virtue, for letting go of those things that hold you back, we have unlimited possibilities. Once you allow yourself the space and the room to grow, look at those, you just keep going. Look at the branches. There's so many little branches. And that tree could grow into anything. There could be a tree house in there one day, a plane could crash into that tree, anything could happen to it. It could be like a home to squirrels. Unlimited possibilities. And creativity, there you go. Cancer, I know that you're really good with your emotions. I know you're really good with other people's emotions. And here we have these cups that are just overflowing with emotions. But what those cups, or what that emotion is turning into, is creativity. So maybe there's a way to embrace how you're feeling and then move forward with a different sort of idea. Unlimited possibilities is really a depiction of the world. Like the way that we live right now, there's so many things. I'm sitting here reading to you, but when I'm finished with this, there are unlimited things that I could go do. I could go get some coffee because I really want some coffee. and I feel like I deserve it. Or I could take my dog for a WALK. I can't say the word because she's right over there. Or I could rob a bank. Literally, the possibilities are endless, unlimited possibilities. So maybe whatever energy you're in, even if it's happening just in your head, maybe there's a creative solution to it that's going to come to you in divine timing. Maybe you're going to be like, you know what? Screw all this. I am a baddie. Self-love shaman was right, and I'm just going to do whatever I have to do. And then in that moment, you realize that the problem just isn't as big as you thought, and you have figured out a creative solution for it, right? Because what you need to acknowledge, Cancer, is that the change, that portal, is coming for you. You really don't have a choice. I mean, she's standing in the middle of it. So these are pretty profound, actually. Well, in together, but let's see how they play into this reading. So this portal is coming, this change. And what the change might need is a retreat to take place. So a lot of the time when we do change, it's never just like in the middle of a sentence. I'm not going to just be halfway through this reading and go, you know what? I'm a completely different person now. No. Usually it comes after a period of like being alone, where you can really sit with yourself. Hold on. On this cloud, by yourself, maybe with your little butterfly friends, and you can think to yourself, what is it that I really do need? Or what is it that I really do want? How can I get out of my head? And maybe that retreat is what you need. Pull yourself back, a little bit of that hermit energy, never hurt anybody, a little bit, not too much, because it's going to bring you that stability. This is home. When I think about home, I think about safety and security. I think about love, honestly. Because it doesn't say a house, it doesn't say a hotel, it says a home. And what's the difference between a house and a home? Love. So maybe after a period of retreat, this transition is going to change. Or this transition is going to change, of course. It's going to take place, right? And that's what's going to bring you this power, that stability. This could be like the Four of Wands, right? A home. Where now you have everything you need to build that safety and security and gain your power. Because in this one, he has 4 little sandcastles, remember? He done built his houses, his castles. This home, I mean, this is a self-love reading, so it's entirely possible that this home could be less of a physical representation of a house and more of a spiritual representation of our home, our body. Because the next card out about power, it says inner journey. And if self-love isn't an inner journey, I don't know really what it is. Because you have to go in to pull things out. Our shadow side has to come out. Ugh. Our wants and our desires have to come out. Because how do you have a life if you don't acknowledge what you want? That's not your life. That's life happening to you. So if you want this power, you're going to have to take some time, really on your cloud, to think about what it is you want, what would be best for you, and how to make that decision that's going to get you out of that cruelty mindset. It could just be happening in your brain. It could be other situations, but that inner journey, pulling those things out, is going to get you to that fair and balanced decision, to your real power. Maybe. Oh my God. Maybe you'll be creative and make a drum, right? And then that drum will allow you to change your universe, Cancer. We just have to see. I mean, there's so much to believe in. I believe in you. I hope you believe in yourself. And if not, well, there's an inner journey waiting for you, right? And the last card is going to be, Cancer. I don't know if you can see it. It says a new day. a new beginning. That's beautiful to me. So Cancer, what I see here right now is that to start off the reading, you're feeling like you're stuck in your mind space. Whatever's causing that mind space to feel cruel, after a period of retreat where you really think about what it is you want and what it is you need, you're gonna come out and you're gonna be like, I'm a freaking baddie and I'm gonna get what I want and I'm gonna get what I need because I found my drum. I'm changing the world. I'm changing the universe to fit how I want it to be. Lots of snaps for Cancer. And at the end, you're gonna find that power that you're looking for, that power that comes from within, and it's gonna lead you to this new day. Okay? I'm not worried about you anymore. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, because I was like, oh, such a terrible card to start off with, but you're gonna be fine. Man, person. I hope that helps, Cancer.